Hey guys, Tactical Minds here, and today what we have for you is I want to talk a little bit about some different types of weapon-mounted lights. Okay, today we're mainly going to be focusing on pistol weapon-mounted lights, not rifle ones, and also I want to show you guys some applications of how to use your weapon mounted light in a tactical scenario and how you could use it to have a tactical advantage in that type of a situation. Okay. So we have a couple of different ones here that we're going to go into today. Some of the more popular ones, and I'll kind of talk about all three of them. And again, some of the uses for them and how to use them properly. All right. But as usual, before we get into any of it, please like, comment, share, subscribe as always. And when you subscribe, guys, go to that bell. I find that you have to do this separate or it doesn't work. Go to that bell, hit the bell. There's a little thing that says notifications that says all. It looks like it's already lit up, but it's not. You have to click it again, and then that will say now you're going to get all notifications anytime that I do a video. Eventually, I do want to start doing some lives and stuff, so it would be good for you to be subscribed. So if I do a live, we can get in there and chat and discuss and share other, things. Right. All right. So without that, let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is what are the main reasons that somebody would have a weapon mounted light on their pistol. Okay. As you guys know, I'm a big proponent of them, but I'm also a big proponent of carrying, a backup flashlight. You guys have heard me say it before, 1 is 2 or 2 is 1, 1 is none, right? Oh, first thing that people want to use a weapon mounted light for is obviously to illuminate a dark area, right? You're using it because it is exactly just that. It's a flashlight. Okay, it's just a Glock 22 here. Okay, just a standard Glock 22 Gen 5. You can see that it's clear. So people want to use this to light up an area, right? So you're going to use it to light up an area. Now, here's kind of one of my problems with that is that I think too many officers and other people who do carry a weapon mounted light become too reliant on this flashlight being their flashlight system. Okay, this is why I always say carry a backup light no matter what. Because what happens is a lot of people tend to forget. They see this flashlight and they used it as a flashlight application. But what they tend to forget is, hey, there's a gun attached to this thing. Okay. So sometimes when I see someone drop keys into their car or something like that, they have a pistol on them. They kind of use it to, use the light to look here, look there. And I'm going to tell you that's plain stupid. And that's just a good way to get somebody hurt. Okay. This flashlight is supposed to be used in accordance with this pistol, just like you would with any weapon, right? You don't want to point this weapon at anything that you don't intend to shoot, right? So just because there's a flashlight on the end, guys, it doesn't change that. It's still a weapon. It's still attached to the weapon. You don't want this flashlight pointed at something you don't intend to shoot, just like you don't want the weapon pointed at something you don't intend to shoot. So we don't want to use this flashlight just as our primary illumination source. So I would encourage you, if you do have that, get away from that. Carry a backup flashlight, use that. Even a little keychain flashlight, guys. You can get a little keychain flashlight for like $10 that'll, light up a room good enough. I mean, there's no excuse to be using this for your flashlight. Now, what are the two other reasons for using this? The two that I believe are the most important. One is going to be threat identification, right? Or target identification. And by that, what I mainly mean is you want to see, obviously, what you may be shooting at, right? You want to identify whether it's a threat or not, right? So let's give a quick scenario. Let's say, you're home in bed, right? And you and the wife or whatever are laying in bed. You and the husband, you're laying in bed, and you're sleeping, and maybe you're a light sleeper like me. All of a sudden you hear a noise at the door, right? You hear a noise at the door, or you hear a noise at the window, and it sounds like somebody has possibly broken into your home, right? Somebody's made entry into your home. So you being the good concealed carry permit holder, or you just being somebody who has a weapon and is going to defend themselves, right? Maybe you have it right next to the nightstand like I do. But you being that person, you're going to get up and you're going to go and try and protect your family, right? So you want to go identify what's going on. Has somebody broken into your house? Is it something else? Or, what's going on, right? So we grab our weapon, right? Now, The reason why we want to have that light is, again, because obviously, you know, it's kind of dark at night unless you sleep in the daytime, but it's going to be dark in there. So you want to have this weapon to be able to illuminate what we're looking at, right? But here's the thing. This is why I say threat identification, right? Because let's say you come to the end of the hall and all of a sudden you see a, you know, tall figure, you know, coming down the other end of the hall, right? You can't make out what it is. Maybe it's a man, maybe it's a woman, maybe it's an intruder, maybe it's not. That's what we're using the light for, guys, because we need to identify, because we don't want to see that dark figure and without this light on, turn around, bang, bang, put some rounds on target. And next thing you know, you know, God forbid it's, you know, our teenage daughter, our teenage son who snuck out of the house in the middle of the night to go hang out or go to the movies or go to the mall or whatever, right? We don't know. Maybe it's your brother who's got a, you know, drug problem or something, and he just freaking, you know, came into the house because he needed somewhere to sleep for the night, right? I mean, not to say it's the greatest thing in the world, right? But you obviously don't want to shoot that person. So that's why I say it's very important for threat identification, right? We want to know what we're shooting at. We don't want to just shoot at a dark silhouette because we don't know who that person is. We want to be able to light that silhouette up and be able to tell, you know, is that somebody that needs to be shot? Is that a threat? Is that somebody trying to cause us harm, or is that somebody else, right? The next thing and the most important thing, in my opinion, or second most important thing, I think threat identification may be the most important, but second most important thing would be knowing how to use this light in a tactical application. We can go into more of that in another video. I'm just going to give you kind of a very quick, brief rundown, right? And then we'll get into the other lights. So the way to use, you know, a light to your advantage would be, you know, obviously, so if it's dark, you know, you come down the room, right? So let's say there is a target. Now you hit this target with the light, right? You don't want to run with your light straight on when you're clearing an establishment, right? Because what that's going to do is that's going to A, give away your position, which you don't want to do, and B, it's going to take away from a lot of the tactical advantages of using it, right? So what you want to do is use that light sparingly when you need it and then off when you don't need it, right? Some areas don't need that much light. Now, the way you use this to your advantage is, let's say, you know, you do come up on an attacker, you know, you see a silhouette, right? You come up on that attacker and you light him up, right? Now, as soon as you hit him with that light, what's going to happen is he's going to go momentarily blind, right? He's momentarily not going to be able to see. Now, if that person, if that target is a threat and they have a weapon in their hands and they're intended on doing harm, most of the time, what would probably happen is they get hit with the light. They don't know what's going on. They're going to just start bang, 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 throwing rounds down range, right? They're going to start throwing rounds. But you know where they're going to be throwing rounds? They're going to be throwing rounds in the direction where that light first came from and blinded their eyes. That's why what we want to do is light them up. Once we see that they're temporarily blinded, very quickly, as soon as we hit them with that light, we want to offline, right, guys? We want to offline to the left or the right. And by offline, what I mean is we're going to hit them with that light, and we're going to take 2 to 6 steps to the right or to the left, real quick, a couple steps to the right or to the left. And now if he's firing off, again, he's firing that direction where he sees the light, right? We're no longer in that direction. We're no longer in the fatal funnel. We're not directly in that line of sight in front of him. We're off to the left or off to the right, right? To where now we can go ahead and engage, and we can go ahead and take that target down, but we're not taking all the freaking rounds because we hit him with the light, temporarily blinded, offlined, and then engage from that area, okay? And again, it's a much safer way to engage. It's going to help keep bullets out of your chest. And it's, you know, it's something that's going to work very well to your advantage. And, you know, guys, if you're in the house at night and somebody breaks in, or you come home and suspected somebody's made entry, and, you know, 911's on the way or whatever, and you're going to go in and you're going to, you know, clear out the situation and make sure the bad guy's not in there, I'm going to tell you, single man CQB is very dangerous. And if you're going to go in there and do it, you're going to need all the advantages that you can have, right? So those are just a couple quick things. But with that, let's go ahead and let's get into these lights, right? Because we have a few of them. I'm going to go from kind of most expensive, or I'm just going to go over 3 of what I feel are probably some of the most popular, okay? So this one here, first of all, guys, this one is, we'll see if it adjusts. This one is the Surefire. You can see X300, I believe there. Hopefully you can see it. Surefire. Most people that know Surefire should recognize that thing. Surefire X300, right? Now, this is going to be the most expensive light. This is a $300 light, okay? And I'm going to tell you my least favorite flashlight of all of them, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, let me show you how to go ahead and put this on. Okay, so if you look here, you see there's these little shelves here. You see this little shelf kind of right there, right? So when you depress those, that's going to kind of open this up, right? So you're going to depress those like that, and you're basically going to line them up, just slide it right along your pick rail, and then it's going to lock in. Now, first thing I don't like about the light, does not lock in very good. Okay, this is on the Glock. It seems like it does, but it doesn't lock in very good. It has a little bit of wiggle room. There are some ways to take that away, but again, it's just something I don't like. Just again, so you can see weapons clear, right? So that is something that I don't care for. Another thing that I don't care for is a Surefire is, again, using what we said in that scenario, right? We don't want to run this light straight on all the time. So to run this light, the way you need to do it is you have these two buttons on either side here, right? Now you can either push it in if you want to do a temporary on and off situation, or you flip it down for all on, flip it the other way for all on. These buttons I don't really care for very much. And I'm going to tell you, the thing is A, if you're trying to use this to go ahead and temporary on and off, let me show you what happens. So try to see here. So, obviously we're establishing a good shooter grip, right? To recoil, help that recoil management, get a good purchase on the weapon, right? Now, when you're trying to use this light, you have to push forward. And as you're pushing forward, I don't know if you can see, but as you're pushing forward, you're really letting a lot of your guide hand come up off of your weapon, and you're losing a lot of purchase on your weapon. So you're going to make that weapon a lot harder to handle, and you're going to make it less accurate, and it's going to be tougher to fire. Now, you could flip it down, but again, that's permanent on mode. And the thing I don't like is when you flip in permanent on mode, the only way to get this thing off is either A, flip it back up with your thumb, which is kind of challenging to do, or if you're in a situation and you flip it on, you want to say, okay, I just want to flip it off real quick. With your other finger, it's kind of tough to do that. It really takes a lot of practice. Most of the time, you're going to flip it right back down in the other direction, and you're going to keep toggling this light on and off. Well, that's one of the really major things that I don't like about this light. I love Surefire products, and I like a lot of their things, and they do make great lights and suppressors and all types of stuff, but I do not like this light. I know a lot of people love it. I'm not a fan of it for some of those reasons. The other thing too is, so here you have the little, see this little thing right here, this little button here. So you go ahead and press that down. That's going to open up your battery compartment, right? Now it takes the Surefire 123s or the CR 123s, just any CR 123s will do. I find while these lights are bright and they do put out good illumination, I find that these lights, those batteries waste just way too quick. The battery life is crap in my opinion. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like this. Again, you can't purchase this on Amazon. You can actually purchase all three of the lights I'm going to show you today on Amazon, but this one is $300, and at a $300 price tag, I quite honestly don't feel that it's worth it. So I'm going to show you two other lights that I like that are significantly cheaper that I think are better. So next one, you guys have seen my HK VP9 before, right? Next one is probably going to be one of my favorites. It's going to be tied with the other one. This one is a Streamlight TLR1. And let's see if you can see that there. Streamlight TLR1. So you can see that. All right. So this one here, I really do like a lot better. And I'm going to tell you why. So this one has just a little thing here that you're going to kind of twist, and then you can push it to lock it on and off the pick rail. First of all, it moves a little bit, little play, but in my opinion, a lot tougher on the movement, not as wobbly. It's going to be a lot more sturdy, which is going to keep things quieter. And if you're in the dark trying to do things, you want to be quiet, right? Now, the other thing I like about this light really is I love these little paddles. These paddles that are on this light are so sensitive that it's really going to help you light it up fast. So what I love is that you can either do it with your guide hand, like this. That's it. I mean, it's so minimal, guys. Your hand isn't moving like you saw with the Surefire. And here, my guide hand is not coming up off this weapon at all. Doesn't move at all. You can do it here with your other hand, but I love that. It's very easy and very easy to use. So with this one, what'll happen is you go ahead, you hit it once on, you just hold it down with just very little pressure, and you can use it on and off whenever you need it. And if you flip it down twice real quick, you give yourself the strobe. And, if you know how to use it effectively, a strobe could disorientate your subject rather quickly and could help give you another advantage. But it also could disorient, you as well. So Again, this is Streamlight TLR1. It is a rechargeable, or it does come with batteries as well. But I'm going to tell you, I've put the batteries in here, and I want to say, I forget if they're the 1, 2, 3 batteries or not. Let me go ahead and get this off here if I can. Kind of being a bit of a pain. Well, obviously I haven't taken this thing off in a little bit of time here, right? So I'm not going to mess with it right at this moment because I'm having a hard time. But same thing. There's a little battery compartment, opens up back here. It just opens up from the back. You put them in there. I believe it does take the 1, 2, 3 batteries as well, but I think the battery life is a lot better on this. And this is every bit as bright as the Surefire, in my opinion. So I really do like this light. I really think this is a great light. And they do make a lot of holsters for all three of these lights. I'm going to show you. They make holsters for almost they make holsters for every one of these. They are very popular lights. But anyway, the Streamlight TLR1 is going to run you, I believe, about $140. So about half the price tag of what the X300 is for Surefire. And in my opinion, just a much better light, more affordable and much more easy to use, especially for a novice shooter. Okay. Last one we're going to talk about here is going to be the Olight Valkyrie Pro. Now, the Olight Valkyrie Pro is, it's here. There you go, Valkyrie Pro Olight. All right. This is probably another one, like I would say, tied with my favorite. First thing, what I really like about this light is completely rechargeable, and you don't even have to take it off the weapon system. So what I love is that this light comes with this little charger here, right? You go ahead, put that into USB, and this little thing here is magnetic, and boom, just sticks there, charges the light up right up. You can take it, you don't even have to take it off your weapon. My opinion, that is a really good idea. I really like that. Okay. So this is very bright, and this has a button system on the side. See, so now you go ahead and you can depress it slightly if you need to and let off the tension to let the light off. This thing is incredibly bright too, guys. I think probably the brightest one. So again, you can depress there. If you hit it twice, you hit both sides, you're going to have your strobe effect. And again, just for ease of use. So the way you put this one on, guys, is this little thing here. You're going to go ahead and open that up to release that tension. You're going to go ahead and push it in. You see there, when you push it in, it's going to open up that shelf, right? So we're going to push it in, and we're going to go ahead, ride it up along our weapon, and that's just going to fit right on the pick rail. Now, again, little play, but this one sits pretty good. And this gun, we could talk about in another video. It's a Tank Folio Defiant Stock Masters. This is one of my favorite guns out there. I just love this thing. Besides, I think it's sexy as fuck. It's just a great gun. This thing's a racehorse. But anyway, so again, if we're going from this side here, again, very light little push there, on and off. And again, you can see my guide hand, just like the other one, my guide hand does not have to come up off this weapon. My guide hand stays where it is. I still keep that good purchase on the weapon. I'm not going to lose any freaking, I'm not going to lose any grip off it. I'm going to be able to recoil that manage. I'm going to be able to manage that recoil. I'm going to be able to get those hits on target, right? So this one, the Valkyrie Pro, I believe is about 160, 170, right around that price tag. But again, significantly cheaper than the X300. And in my opinion, just a really great light. So that's going to do it for those three lights. Remember now, if you do want to have a weapon mounted light on your pistol, just remember that you do have to get a handgun that's going to have a pick rail on the bottom, preferably a full pick rail, but at least a pick rail on the bottom. There are a lot of cheaper versions that don't. I don't run optics on my pistols, but again, I do believe having a light on one is a very good thing to do. So That's going to do it for those three. Like I said, you can get all three at Amazon, and they do make holsters for all three. Those are just some of my opinions. You guys let me know what your opinions are. Let me know if you have some other lights that you prefer or you like better. Let me know in the comment section. Let's get in there. Let's talk about it. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video today. And as always, guys, stay safe, stay tactical, stay dangerous, stay lit. And you guys go ahead and have a great day. All right. Thanks for watching.